Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Happy Monday to you. Hope you had a great weekend. Hope you're doing well. My name is Enigma. I'm a variety streamer on Twitch, Twitter, and YouTube. And we're playing Lunar Remastered. This is the first game of that remastered, set. So we're doing Silver Star Story first, then we'll do Eternal Blue. Hope you guys are looking forward to seeing what's going to come up from that. So, as we get started here today, if you do me the favor and the honor of subscribing to me on Twitch and Twitter, or following me on Twitch and Twitter, subscribing on YouTube. Of course, if you want to subscribe on Twitch, that'd be great. But if I would really appreciate you guys helping me out there, as I am trying to get to 500 YouTube subs by the end of the year, so I can become monetized. That would be fantastic, and I need some help with that. So. Hopefully you guys will help me out there, okay? Also, check out my merch store. I just added some new products over the weekend with a new logo I designed myself. So I definitely hope you guys will check that out. And I am going to go ahead and get started here. We're in the Red Dragon Cave, looking around for treasures and whatnot. Oh my goodness. Yeah, that's what we're up to today. And then tonight there'll be a bonus stream. Next 3 days I should have some bonus streams. We have tonight, tomorrow, and then Wednesday as well. With my girlfriend out of town, I'm here to stream, because since she's not here, I'll have time to stream for you guys. That's the important thing. Whatever you can help me to do, help me grow, I would greatly appreciate that. I am really pushing the growth hard, and I really need it. I'm never gonna get any better if I don't grow. So okay, nice. Very nice. Hey, I'll take it. Take down those slimes. Getting good XP here. Oop, didn't even see that guy, but here we are. One's down. No. Whatever we can do. I was really hoping to kind of take down the dudes first. Although right now they don't have any of the nasty stuff going. They're going to hit for very small amounts. Not really worried about that. That one needs to go down, because he's going to do a really hurtful thing. You can tell by their animations. If you have never played Lunar before, I know it's nothing huge now, but back in the day, the character and enemy animations were actually kind of next-gen because of the fact of the CD format. And nowadays, it's, you know, old hat. But the truth is that you can tell what an enemy is going to do. Pardon me. From their animation. Like, he's going to do something there that's going to hurt. I can just tell by the animation. It's probably going to hit all of us. As opposed to that little dancey thing that he was doing prior. So we need to take him down before he does it. He should be pretty close to dying. There we go. So he won't even get it off. Okay, so we got you there. We're going to go ahead and... I saw Jess need a little bit of TLC. I saw that Mia need a little TLC. There we are. We're good. Oop. 2,000 silver. What? Okay. Okay, that scorpion has his tail moving, so I want to take him out first if we can. Because he's gonna, that's probably a pretty nasty thing that he's gonna do. So we're gonna see if we can pop him down first. I think we got him there. Yep, good, 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 good. Alex has a healing ring on, so he's going to heal. That one's down too. Good. Jess with their little ass kicking. I'm so glad she has a second one. Hey, and where's Little Entertainment? I'm doing well. How was your weekend? I hope it was good. Welcome in. Thank you for coming. Alright. The slimes are a pain in the ass, but they only have one attack, so it's not that bad. There we go. There's 2 down. Now Mia's going to take a pot shot at that last one, and we'll finish it off next round. Cool. Here it comes. Only 2 of them. Neither of them are going to do their little ass whipping move, so we should be able to get 1 down pretty quick. Okay. Nice. Jess takes down 1. Good. Those slimes have big range. Oop, nope. Let's see what we can do here to get that second one down. He's not doing his ass kicking move, so that's good. You like 2? Interesting. I've tried to get into 2 several times, and I just haven't been able to. Look at Alex just popping everybody. Got a starlight there? Nice. But it always behoves you to go through and empty out the whole cave. Look to see if you can find yourself some treasures. Fire elemental. These take a little bit of some shots, so we have to make sure we're attacking the right ones. I've tried to play 2 several times, that it's so much different than any other one, and anyone since. It's like they did it and they were like, maybe we should have tried something a little different. Come on, finish it off, finish it off. Nice. Alex with the level up. Kyle. Jessica, nice. That's why we continually level up right there. I mean, hell. Why wouldn't you? A rainbow tiara. That seems like something... Yeah. For Jess. Here we go. Here we go. Come on. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Okay, we have got that one already. That's cleared out. Cleared that out, right? Yep. Looks like the fire might be the last thing we haven't done yet. I purposefully didn't do that yet because it's ends your health. Oh, hi. If you haven't played Lunar before, of course, this is a classic JRPG series from back in the 90s. It was originally on the Sega CD. They released it again on the Sega... I'm sorry, they were going to release it again on the Sega Saturn, but due to stupidity on Sega's part, the company that localizes it, Working Designs, took it to the Sony PlayStation instead. So, these are remasters of those versions from the PlayStation. Lunar Silver Star Story has been remade. It's been made, then remade once, twice, 3 other times. So it's had 4 different versions of it. Ooh. Wow, okay. I didn't expect that to happen. Completely forgot about that. But I know that flame sword is cool and all, but it's not going to do anything down here, so... We're not going to equip it. We're in the Red Dragon Cave. Everything's fire-based here. That red sword's going to do nothing but piss off these... or invigorate these things. I'm kind of hoping the sword is for Kyle, but we'll see. I know, if I'm not mistaken, Kyle... pardon me. If I'm not mistaken, Kyle gets a better sword a little later once we get out of this cave. So that sword might be for Alex, but we'll see. Nope, nope. So you see how that dude is just standing there with his arms out, his fire out like that. That means he's just going to take his normal little pot shots. It's not going to be anything big. But if you... Yeah, and he's still going to do it this time. But we still need to get him down. Look at Jess coming through in the clutch there. And there's Alex. Nice. This will probably finish this off. Nope. One more shot. I got Mia with the level up. Nice, nice, nice. Okay, I did see we have... Oh, no. Probably have to do this again, because this is... Yep. Okay, so that one up top is going to hurt. This one up here. So we need to take him out. Oop. There we go. Good. So mission accomplished there. And Alex coming through there. Okay, who's going to do anything? Looks like everyone is not going to do anything here. There we go. Doesn't mean we don't want to take them down first, though. Alex just coming through there. It's a blood slime. I call it a blood slime. It's a fire slime. It's very viscous. That's why it hits as hard as it does. Mash levels up now. Good. Before we do anything more... There we go. Those are the bronze dogs. Those are the bosses. So let's take a quick little... Oh yes, definitely a save. No, there's Royce. Such impatience. Couldn't you at least have had the courtesy to wait until I had the proper trap prepared? You're really wearing my nerves thin, honey bum. I think it's time you left. But we're only that easy for you, my alcoholic foe. I'm not going anywhere. Then perhaps we'll just have to help you to the door. I'm afraid I don't have the time to enjoy your quasi-adorable antics. But if my little pets here do their job, that won't be a problem in the future. Alex, what are those things? Be careful, everyone. These guardians are formed of pure magic. Bronze dog. Told you. Bronze dog. I already don't like that one. Oh. Here I am like, I'm just going to attack. No, you're not. I guess go and try that. That's not quite as good as I wanted it to be. I have a feeling that that fire one's about to hurt really bad. Yeah. Luckily, our speed is high enough that they're not able to really do anything before we do things. Much better. Ow. Don't hurt Jess. It wasn't that bad. Okay. That one desperately needs to go down.
Check this out. By the power of Althena. Gotcha. In the name of the goddess.
I know I'm We've done most of our damage to the one that's not going to do the fire thing this time, so I'm just going to try to take him down. This fight will become a hell of a lot easier once we get one of them down.
Blessing of Althena. Gotcha. Cold of ice. Check this out.
Basically, we're just kind of stuck right now with Jess. That she can hit, but she needs to heal.
Power of Althena. Gotcha. In the name of the goddess.
Damn. I was hoping we could avoid that. Alright, so what we're going to do here is it'll be a little different. No, because Jess is going to need magic points. There we go.
By the power of Althena.
Since Nash is fastest. Finally got one. Good.
By the power of Althena.
This is going to take some time too because of the other one took some turns, so it's going to take some turns, but it's okay.
Cold of ice.
good news is, looks like he's going to not do the fire thing this time, the ass kicker move. Morning, Buff Sheary. How you doing? He might do fireball, but he's not going to do that. Okay, down. Cool. Alright, looks like... I think we're going to be okay to just completely blitz him. Let's see. Yeah, just a fireball. And Alex can take it. Yep, good. Alright, now he's going to do the ass kicker thing, so... I think we're okay this time. The next time we'll have to definitely heal, because he's doing that. Possibly? Nice, we got it. Thinking about it. Just as I've foreseen, you've grown stronger, Alex. Much stronger. You've only seen the raw edge of our power, Royce. Give up now. Give up? Goodness, no. We have quite a future ahead, you and I. But I'm afraid to say the present fines are going... The present finds us going our separate ways. Wait. I almost forgot to share your fortune with you. The red light you pursue shall grow dim, and a dark, great arm blackens all. Oh, how I love to be the bearer of bad news. Farewell, children. She's trying to be brave, Alex, but I can sense her fear. She's afraid of us. The red light shall grow dim. You don't think she meant the red dragon, do you? I guess we'll have to keep going to find out. 10,000 silver. Boy, oh boy. You're not really enjoying it? I'm sorry to hear that. I don't see the red dragon. It's so quiet and cold here, Alex. No one's been here for a long time. Red Dragon, come out! Come out wherever you are! Please? He's not here now. I think we might be... Too late? Oh no, don't even think such a terrible thing. Wow. You who seek to undergo the dragon trial, my body has been stolen by the Magic Emperor. What? That old dragon? No, it's not. It's a lady dragon. That's why you look like... Okay, so it's a lady dragon. My mistake. I have come to you in this ethereal form to impart knowledge to you. It shall not be long until my soul fades from this place for all eternity. No. This is awful. 15 years ago, I began a long sleep, but was awakened a short time ago by a song with tremendous magical power. A song with magical power? Alex, you have overcome my dragon trial. Your bravery was demonstrated when you crossed the wall of fire, of magic flame, sorry. Your power has been made evident, but it is not a singular power. You have the power to protect your loved ones and to destroy the evil of this world. As the future, as Althena and Dine envisioned it, has been entrusted to you. I have grown weary. The time has come for me to rest. Red Dragon! Do not worry. Don't worry, Null.
My chest hurts, Alex. I can't stop crying.
Oh, Null. Alex, it looks like the Red Dragon shield is shimmering. There it is. The Red Dragon shield. You did it, Alex. You got the Red Dragon's shield. You're halfway to becoming the Dragon Master. The Dragon Master. If you don't think I'm going to equip that shield, I have news for you. You are incorrect. So we have the wings and the shield. We need the helmet and the armor. And then, of course, there's a sword. But that comes into play later. Can... What? So... Oh, there's still stuff down there. There we go. Nice. Never ever doubt the idea of getting more experience. Experience is nice. Plus, these things are worth, you know, what, over 500 XP per shot, so why not? Nice. There we go. Yeah, 560 XP per shot. That's definitely worth it. We want to get our XP, keep getting levels up so we can be stronger. Because the game gets a lot harder, at least in the original version. The game gets a lot harder, you know, with every Dragon Cave, and you have to be prepared for it. It's just one of those things that you're just not gonna, you know, waltz in and be able to just, oh, this will be no problem. There's always something that makes it a little harder, and it's can be a pain in the ass, quite frankly. This is not the kind of game like Final Fantasy where they kind of give you a where they give you you should be about level whatever here. If you don't take the time to level up some, you'll find yourself leveling yourself out of these dungeons very quickly. Or you just don't have the monsters. The monsters just have your number, and you're not strong enough to overcome it. So any chance I can take to buck the system a little bit, I'm going to do it. And no, we're not going to rerun the whole dungeon again, because the next dungeon is going to have even better experience. But I am definitely going to take what they give us while we can do it. Oh, I should probably go over the dragon equipment a little bit. Dragon equipment tends to be the best equipment in the game, naturally. So we will never have to buy Alex another shield. We will, and of course he has the wings equipped, which up his range. But you won't have to worry about getting Alex a new shield at this point, because the shield he has is going to be the best shield he can get. Each piece of dragon equipment also gives Alex access to another spell. In this case, we have Red Dragon Anger. Then, of course, we have White Dragon Protect. White Dragon Protect is very valuable because it negates a attack. So if you're about to you see like you're up against a boss and they're about to just unleash holy hell upon you, you have the ability to cast White Dragon Protect, and it will give you every character one shot at it won't take any damage. So it's a very handy spell. Not as useful in this game as it was in the original Lunar 2, but that's the first place it was. We should probably return to Iluk. Is this where they get into the argument? That's strange. I don't like the tone of your voice, Jess. Wait, Del, why are we floating up rather than down? It actually feels more like falling than floating, down instead of up. Don't panic. Everything is under control. Just let me press this button. Okay. Now we can panic. I knew this was a job for a man and not a woman. My life is flashing before my eyes. Hold on, Alex. Everybody, I'll see if I can soften the landing. So I believe that translation changed a little bit, that localization. I want to say in the original Silver Star story and in the Silver Star, they crashed because Jessica and Kyle couldn't. Jessica and Kyle couldn't. They were arguing over who should be piloting the airship, if I want to say. At last, we have a big target. The big target we've been waiting for. Ready and lift. That didn't hurt as much as I expected. Speak for yourself. I hurt plenty. Is everyone okay? We're fine. Fortunately, I was able to soften the landing a little. Unfortunately, the balloon wasn't so lucky. It's trashed. Wait, is this Reza? So you're alive. Have some quick ropes. I'm right here. Lakey Lack, whatever you say my name. As soon as I heard the crash, I looked outside and just knew it was you kids. I'm just glad you're not hurt. You got hurt. Actually, I think one of my wings is hyperextended. Alex, you're back. Did you meet the Red Dragon? I see. Damn the Vile Tribe. So what happened to the balloon? Oh, I knew that crazy contraption was going to crash. I'm not laughing at you, of course. I'm just glad you weren't hurt. I just like a good pratfall as much as the next guy. Well, Alex, while you were in there making impact in the trainer in the middle of Reza, I heard the bridge you destroyed in Marion was fixed. First the bridge and a balloon. I'm sensing a trend. It's time for you to go across over to the Stadia Zone, Alex, and seek the Blue Dragon. You seem awfully well informed, old man. It's almost like you've done all this before. Hmm. Hmm. Okay. Let's see about that sword. Yeah. See, it's a better sword, but if we used it against the bronze dogs and all that, it would have been it would have not ended well for us. So now we got to go back to the redneck village of Mariod, which is why the enemies there were so difficult the first time through, is because we have to go through it again. Well, we don't have to. Well, we have the wings, so we don't have to, but we're going to. Oh, by the way, that is a spring. A bath, I mean. There you go. There is a female spring, but the woods leading to it are a death trap in and of itself. So, go figure that the one that most people, most guys would want to see, would be a little difficult. Now, if I'm not mistaken, on the other side of Mariod, of the bridge, there is a weapons shop. So we will actually have the ability to reload with some new weapons and armor. I believe Kyle will get a welcome new sword because he really needs it. So don't forget, the next 3 days, we are going to be here all day and night. I will be doing my morning and afternoon streams as per usual, but Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, I will also be doing bourbon streams in the evening. So, girlfriend's out of town, so while she is out of town, I get to play games. So, that's what I'm going to do. There's definitely a chill in my house today. I can feel it. The Blue Dragon Cave is, something interesting will happen there. Someone decides to do something that they shouldn't do. And the funny thing is that once it happens, you'll go, well, of course. Of course it happened, you know? Yep, go ahead, guys. You do your thing. Flash cut. It's so funny that I remember this game as much as I do. Of course, I love it. I mean, this is this game is if you don't know the story behind it, about me with it, I grew up a Nintendo kid. I had an NES and a Super Nintendo, and I didn't even think of looking at Sega until my neighbors, when I was, I believe I was in college, wanted to sell their Sega Genesis and their Sega CD, and I bought it from them for $100 with all their games. But they were much more of a sportsy kind of family, so the games they sold me were like NBA Jam and things like that, which I didn't really give a rat's ass about. I already owned them, you know, on the SNES and probably sold them. But since I had a Sega CD, I started buying up, you know, Sega RPGs and things like that. So I got like 3 Phantasy Star games and things like that. Well, I was in, and if I believe me, you know, hindsight's 20/20. But if I would have known then what I know now, I would have definitely done all of them. I walked into a Toys R Us back when Toys R Us was around, and they were the only company direct with Sega and Nintendo at that point. And they had Lunar the Silver Star, and they were clearing them out for $20. So I said, hell yeah, I want that. And of course, you know, the rest is history. It's a fantastic game series. I loved the game. And it was kind of fortuitous that right after that, I mean, it was almost like 2 or 3 months after I bought that, they officially announced that Lunar 2 was coming to the States. So I damn sure was on top of that too. I was like, wow, yeah. So I ended up getting that. I think I ordered that one in the mail because I didn't have, where I lived was not a very, I lived in central Arkansas at that point. And we didn't have hard release dates the way that we do now with games. Games were released when they were done. Is just basically what it was. So I had no way of knowing what date a game was going to be made available until it was made available. You know what I mean? And I did not want to drive a half hour to Little Rock every weekend to see if Lunar 2 was in. So it was actually cheaper for me to order it through mail order and pay for shipping. So that's what I did. And of course, the rest is history. I loved the game. I loved it, and the funny thing is that I liked on the Sega CD. I liked Lunar 2 better than Lunar 1. But after they remastered, they made a lot of changes to Silver Star story versus Silver Star. There's a lot of changes they made. Royce and Facia, we met them earlier. The 2 Vile Tribe members with Zenobia. They were not in the game. Zenobia was. But Facia and Royce were not. Luna sticking with us all the way until the time where she got captured also did not happen in the original. She left. She never left the island, which made that part of the game so much harder because we had no healer. Some of the orders of events were a little different. But and you know, things that are going to happen later are going to be a little different. But the changes they made to this are good. And another thing is that Lunar 1, like I said, has been made 4 times. There was a Sega CD, PlayStation, then they put it on PSP and Game Boy Advanced. And I think you can get it now on iOS. At least you used to be able to get it on iOS. All the Silver Star story, all of it is Silver Star, the first game. Lunar 2 has only been made available twice, and that's on the Sega CD and then the PlayStation 1 version. After that, it has not been made available at all until this. So, And it's been a bit since I've played that because of it. Looking way forward to playing that too. But they are, even though they they were talking direct sequels here and all that. Final Fantasy and games like that, you don't have to know what happened in the previous game. Technically, you don't have to know what happened in this game either, but there are story points where it helps. Certain characters make returns, even though it's 1,000 years in the future. It can be enjoyed without playing this game, but it actually is much more enjoyable if you have played this game. Because it is a sequel, direct sequel. As I've stated a couple of times on previous streams, there are 2 other Lunar games out there. There's Magic School, which I'm pretty sure was on the Sega Game Gear. I've never played that one. I don't know if it's any good or not. Never had an access to it. I will tell you, I do own and have played the one on DS, Lunar Dragon Song, and I will tell you that game's not a piece of shit. It's a whole shit. So it's an insult to the name Lunar, quite frankly. So I don't know how it plays. I mean, I guess I could look into the story and what they're trying to do, but the story they're trying to tell. But the gameplay is so bad that I never really got through the very first dungeons, the White Dragon dungeon, because it was just so bad. Don't hit Nash again. Okay, got one down. There we go. But yeah, that's pretty much the story of Lunar. I'm kind of shocked that they've never made another one, and I actually think part of the reason for this remaster is because they're testing the waters. I really do believe in a lot of cases that everything is done for a reason. I mean, beyond the fact that they're trying to gauge interest in the series. I could tell you that a couple years ago when Capcom released that Darkstalkers fighting game compilation, they were doing that to test the waters to see if they could do another Darkstalkers game. Sadly, it didn't sell very well. I think I bought it, but I don't know if anybody else did. I love Darkstalkers. But I don't think a lot of people did, and therefore, because of that, we never got another Darkstalkers. But I know there's a guy at Capcom, I want to say the guy who's been directing Street Fighter for the past several years, has been hot to trot to do a Darkstalkers game so bad, and they won't let him do it because of sales mix numbers. So anyway, part of my thinking is I think that they put this out as a kind of a tester to see will enough people, is there enough interest for there to be a new Lunar game? And it is my honest opinion, there is interest for it, but the interest to make a huge AAA developed Lunar game at this point, probably not. I don't want them to spend $200 million on making an old school JRPG like this, and I mean, I maybe not, because Expedition 33 has been doing pretty well, so who knows. Did we clean the woods completely out? It'd be nice if we did. It'd be a lot cooler if you did, and we did. Okay. They fixed the bridge in the redneck town. Did you see our bridge done got fixed? Marion's got a new bridge to crow about now. Yep, see? Weapons shop. Told you. Actually, let's... Oh, that's good. Moist magic. Take a look here. Just to make sure we have everything equipped. Okay. There's the female spring right there. And if you think I'm kidding about the difficulty of the monsters, pardon me.
Check this out.
See that? It was 92. There goes Jessica. Hey, Rick T. Thanks for being here. Lunar 2 is excellent, and as I was saying, that there's no. It's only the second time that they have made that game, or released that game. See that we'll have to come back here once we get stronger, but these monsters are way too strong to get to the female spring. Imagine that, they're hiding the female spring for some reason. That's why I saved before we came in here. I knew we'd get our asses whipped. But yeah, I say Lunar 2 was only released on the Sega CD and the Sony PlayStation, so doesn't get near the love that Silver Star does, but it's a damn good game. That's why I saved right before it. I knew the monsters there were tough. Yeah, I try not to do emulation either. I like having physical copies of everything and being able to play what I want to play when I want to play it. What is that awful noise? It sounds like the song. It sounds kind of like a song, but whoever's playing it has a serious case of tone deafness. Do you think the stuffing blades? Do you think stuffing blades of glass into my ears would help stop the bleeding? What are you people talking about? This song is great. In fact, I'm gonna sing along.
Thanks, Kyle. And now my ears and my nose hurt.
That's quite enough of that, Kyle. Have you no shame? Okay, there should be a shop here. If my memory serves. Okay, now we have to sell some stuff because we have a lot of stuff to get rid of. There we go. There we go. Now, if I'm not mistaken, we have to go into the caves and fix their song. These people sing in song. Oh, is that the chief? Yeah. That's right. Go fix this shit. Go fix it. That is the entrance to the Blue Dragon Cave, I believe. Here we go. You're right, Grizzled. That's why I like it when they do remasters and things like that, is because games like this need to be preserved. Games like this need to have love and... oh, really? Okay. They need people to experience them, and the only way that's going to happen is a lot of the time through emulation. You're right. But that doesn't mean I like it. I would much prefer it if, and that's why I've been coming around on Steam, is because I'm so glad I have this physical copy of this game. I really am, but I know that it's only going to be around as long as the format is. So, when the Switch 3 comes out, it's very possible that you could go, you know what, we're going to go with a completely new format. It's not going to be backwards compatible at all, so deal with it. And then this will fall by the wayside. Preservation is important. especially when you're talking about things that have licenses involved. This game is licensed, believe it or not. Gung Ho Games has a contract for it, and as soon as that contract is up, it'll go back into the hopper for anybody else to do things with. All your Spider-Man games and all your Marvel games and Batman and all that good stuff. Well, Batman is made by Warner Brothers Entertainment, so not necessarily, but a lot of stuff is licensed, and once the license runs out, it's gone. I'm a console guy. I always will be a console guy, but I am coming around on the Steam idea of things. In fact, if I could have found my Steam dock, I would have streamed this. I would have gotten this and streamed it off of Steam, but I don't know where my Steam dock is. I need to find it. I have my deck. My Steam Deck's right over there, but the dock to it, it's where I can stream off of it, is it's around here somewhere. That's true. Suikoden did come out. I'm glad that game is getting... that's not licensed, though. Konami can release that anytime that they want, but I think someone else released that over here. Konami's not as much into making their own stuff anymore. There's nothing here. They're more about saying, hey, you want to make a Castlevania game? Check this out. I mean, are they even making Metal Gear, or is somebody else making it? The remake of Snake Eater. Because all they used, you're right, they used to be awesome. Metal Gear, Castlevania, Suikoden, they have some great IP. Silent Hill. But they tend to only, they're more interested in making pachinko machines in Japan right now than they are about making video games, so. That's why I'm asking you about Metal Gear Solid Delta, if that's something that they're doing or if they've brought somebody else in to do it. If Konami's doing it in-house, that's surprising to me. That means I guess they're testing the waters for a console comeback? Or a gaming comeback? And of course, they don't have Kojima doing this either, so... That was when Konami really kind of screwed the pooch, is when they bag over the headed Hideo Kojima. That's when they got out of gaming. Because they were... Sure did. See, we're leveling up again. 900 experience points per shot here. Kill them all. course, Metal Gear on the NES was a bastardized version of the original anyway. PC Engine or MSX, I think is what it was. A Japanese computer it was originally on, and they ported it to the NES. And I don't think Kojima even knew about it. Go. Got holy water there. Yeah, Iga turned around and did Bloodstained. I met Iga. He's a hell of a nice guy. Loved Castlevania. Like that dude. Everywhere he went, he took a whip with him because he was so much into Castlevania. They do have their charm. I loved Metal Gear. Well, Metal Gear Solid 2, the actual Metal Gear Solid 2, or Metal Gear 2, I'm sorry, is actually, the storyline is exactly the same, at least for the most part, as Metal Gear Solid 1. It was like Metal Gear 2 Solid Snake, and then Metal Gear Solid. And if you play Metal Gear 2 Solid Snake and you play Solid, you'll just be, hey, there's a lot of similarities here between the stories of these games, and that's because they're basically the same story. Wow, another one already. Okay. Bloodstained is excellent. Iga basically just said, okay, cool, I can't make Castlevania anymore, so I'll just make something that is exactly like I used to make. And instead of using Belmonts and Alucard and things like that, I'll just make my own characters. So that's what he did. And the result was an insanely fun game that he did a great job with. Oh, we finally have someone who's, their health is down a little. Ash with the level up. Yeah, there's a definite charm for that, and I kind of wish more games did the hand-drawn sprites as well, but it's a lot more expensive to develop a game that way, so I get it, you know. A wisdom robe. Whose robe is that? Not for her. Only for Nash. Okay, well. Okay. Yes, they will. Lunar is this is not like Final Fantasy. No matter how much grinding you do in it, you're still going to find yourself needing to heal and all that good stuff. Wow, look at all those bad guys. Actually, I don't like you. Now, leveling helps in Eternal Blue, but Eternal Blue has a lot of gimmick fights in it. Where, if you're not prepared for what you need to do to win, it's not just as simple as pushing the attack button and seeing what's going to happen, you know? This should do it for him, because Alex is on him. Good, good, good. You know, in Final Fantasy games, when you level up, at least classic Final Fantasy games, when you level up, eventually you get to the point where the enemies you're fighting are just, they just fall before you. And it happens here with Lunar too, but it's not as nowhere nearly as prevalent because the enemies still hit you pretty hard, and you don't get insane amounts of hit points in Magic in this game either. There's no number crazy 9,999 hit points or anything like that that you can hit for. Numbers wise, Lunar is very conservative with the numbers. Well, I can tell you, one of the hardest fights I ever had in a JRPG was in the original Silver Star, or no, Eternal Blue, and it was freaking Borrigan. Borrigan in Eternal Blue is one of the hardest fights I've ever had in a JRPG, period. And he's still hard in the remake, but they made him a hell of a lot easier. That's what I was saying, that if you are in a situation, damn, he hit 90. Jeez, Kyle just took it right on the chin like a champ. Well, if Kyle dies, he dies. If he dies, he dies. So you did Borrigan? I know they made him easier in the remake, but it's been years since I've done it because, like I said, they've only released Lunar Eternal Blue twice. There goes Kyle.
Come on, get back on your feet.
They didn't add nearly as much to Eternal Blue as they did to Silver Star Story, I will tell you that. They added some things, but it's nowhere near the amount of changes they made for this version. I'll have to pick you up, Kyle. problem with Kyle is that after so long, he basically just becomes a meat shield. His Yeah, over preparing does help with JRPGs. Kyle is he basically just becomes a meat shield later in the game because Alex distances him so much. Even now, Alex is a better fighter than he is. You are correct. It didn't need much improvement. In the Silver Star on Sega CD, there was a lot of characters that they had, you know, as far as cutscenes and voice dialogue goes, it was very small. There wasn't much of it. A lot of your characters only had maybe one or two speaking lines to the entire game. Alex himself only had one that I remember. So it was very much so. When they did the Silver Star story, they expanded the anime cutscenes, they expanded the characters. Everybody had speaking roles. Everybody has voices, and you know, stuff like that. Eternal Blue, if they were a character that had any sort of impact on the story, they had a voice. All of them. The thing about that is after Zophar, after you beat Zophar, there's the epilogue. There's an entire epilogue after you beat the game, and that was in the Sega CD version too. One of your very first ones. Wow, that's cool. Mine was Final Fantasy. I grew up a Final Fantasy guy. But when I had my shot to play Lunar, you bet your ass I did. Yeah, buddy. You okay? Hmm? You go. You can lay down. I know it's a little cool in here today. Talking to my dog. He's laying up here with me. Look at all the experience. Yeah, the way Eternal Blue ends with the main story is kind of bittersweet, and then the epilogue is what happens afterwards. So you definitely want to do that. It's pretty hard though. Let me be completely clear. It is not easy at all. I mean, if you think that Eternal Blue has its difficult moments, and it does, you just wait till you get to the epilogue and you'll be like, holy crap. Dang, okay, just bosses are, it's enemies everywhere. I'll just keep taking them down. Nice. Oh, Mia's got 3 hit points left. I won't spoil it for you. You don't have to be a pro. I won't spoil it for you. I want you to experience it for yourself. That's the way down. That looks like a crack in the floor, like it'll take us down. Absolutely it is. A gem hidden in the rough is what it is. So glad that they remastered. I rail against companies that do lazy remasters, and to be honest with you, this is not the best remaster ever. They did a lot of things with it that I wish they would have improved upon. But that being said, just the ability for people who have never had the chance to play this to play it is well worth the time and well worth what they did for it and well worth getting it. You know, I cannot stress that enough, is that games like this would they would be lost if it wasn't for remasters. Well, it's just the courteous thing to do, you know. If you're playing the game, I don't want to just tell you, "Oh, hey, Darth Vader's Luke's father." You know, I don't want to do that. And then you'll go, "Well, shit. Then why did I bother playing it if I know what's going to happen?" One voice in particular, yes. Absolutely. One voice in particular from the original release of the localization is glaringly missing. I agree. For those who are like, which voice is it? It's Galleon. Galleon's voice in the original Lunar was perfect. And the voice in this game isn't bad, but, you know, it's... People are going to gripe about whatever they want to, you know... That's not what I wanted to do at all. There we go. There we go. That's what I wanted to do. Galleon's voice actor in the original Lunar games, David Truitt or something like that. Buddy's voice was perfect for that character. He did a great job. I remember on his interview, they said, "How do you do it?" And he just goes, "You have to enunciate every single word." And he was fantastic. Come on, get it. Oh, he didn't kill it. I thought Alex would kill that for sure. That's why I didn't worry about Alex and Mia. Oh well. Yeah, I mean, this isn't the worst I've seen, and almost always, the subtitles or voice actors, the actors who are meant to voice the characters do a better job anyway, most of the time. But in the case of Lunar, the dude who voiced Galleon in the original games from Working Designs. Buddy was perfect. He did. Anyone who's not want to talk about it, I encourage you to look it up. I'm sure there's folks out there that have streamed the original games. Just look up original Lunar Galleon voice, and you'll hear what I mean. Yes, Luna's voice was very good as well. In this one, she sounds a little too her speaking voice. She sings just fine, but her speaking voice sounds a little off to me. Gotta get that brain picker thing down. He's gonna be down long before anything happens here. Oh, no? Will Jess do it? No, it'll be Alex. Good. Come on, come on, come on. Yeah, the ants take some damage, but they're not that bad as far as damage done to us. There we go. Nice. A lot of silver. Mio once again needs some healing. We'll do it after this. So if I guess I should go over how the party members work in this game. Alex starts out weak, but as he gains levels, he improves much faster and much better than anybody else. He is by far the strongest character in the entire game, especially once he's outfitted in all the Dragon Master equipment and all that. Kyle is going to be your meat shield. He's going to do damage. He's a pretty decent damage dealer, but Alex I was already outpacing him at this point of the game. Jessica, of course, is your healer, but you really want to heal. Yeah, damage sponges. Jessica's going to be your healer, but you want to heal outside of fighting because she's actually a pretty awesome damage dealer herself, just like with Kyle. Mia is your straight mage. She does big damage with her spells. That's what you want. Nash, on the other hand, is kind of a tweener. He's a mage that does lightning magic, all that good stuff, but he's very fast and probably has more in common with a thief class than a mage class. That's why you see me giving him a crossbow and things like that, because he does damage with the crossbows that he gets. But overall, he is much more. You want him for speed. You want to use him for if you need to use an item. You know, like, oh gosh, Jessica needs magic points so she can heal after this. Use Nash to give her a starlight or a silver light, and that's how it is. That's how you're supposed to. That's how I use them anyway. Is that Nash is why he's a mage. I'm a mage of the Magic Guild of Vade. He's really more of like I said, he's like a tweener. His speed is what makes him useful, quite honestly. And of course, we have the relationships with these characters as well. Something that is... This is 3 love stories at once, okay? I mean, obviously, Alex and Luna have the hots for each other. That's why Alex is doing what he's doing. Mia and Nash, if you haven't figured it out, are polar opposites. Mia's reserved. She's much more humble. Nash is a narcissist. Well, he's not a narcissist. Well, but he's definitely a arrogant, cocky, outspoken, much more forward. And then you have Jessica and Kyle. Kyle's the macho man, you know, kind of a chauvinist, is a chauvinist. And Jessica is girl power, girl boss, you know, that kind of thing. So those are the 3 different love stories. Oh, Jean is, in Eternal Blue, Jean is, oh my god. I love Mean Jean, the ass-kicking machine. She is something else in Eternal Blue. I can't wait to get to that game to play it with her, because she is awesome. You're right. And that Lunar is all about character relationships, characters and character development. And in this game, that's what carries it, is the relationships between all the characters. Kyle and Jessica are great. That's like most of the humor, really good humor, comes from their exchanges. Nash is complex. Nash is a very complex character, especially when he has. Well, I don't want to spoil it until we get there, but he goes through some serious character changes. Let's just get through this. And his reasoning for doing the stuff that he does makes sense, quite honestly. When you find out, at first you're like, "What?" Well, again, I'm going to spoil it, but Lunar 2, on the other hand, it's the exact opposite. None of the characters have real relationships with each other. The best part of that game is the relationship between Lucia and Hero as the game goes on, and the rest of the party is there, but Ronfar doesn't know Jean. Jean doesn't know Lamina. You know, none of that stuff. She is. That's the whole thing. She goes through a class change. Yes, she starts out badass, and then she just gets more badass as the game goes on. You're just like, oh, Jean's, I can count on her. She's awesome. And then you start doing a lot more damage, a lot more damage, a lot more damage. But the character relationships and the character development through the game is actually good as you continue and as you go through it. But overall, Yeah, yeah, everyone's got usefulness in some way or another, and I think that in this game it's the same way. You look at like Nash and you just go, "Oh, Nash is not a great magician," and it's like, no, he's not. He's useful in certain situations, but for him, like I said, it's a speed. That's what you have to look at him as, is more of a thief than you'd look at him as a mage. I've heard there are some things in it that they removed for modern audiences. I hate to saying that word, that phrase, but I haven't seen much of it yet. You know, Kyle is just as big of a jackass in this game as he was in the originals. Because that was the one, when I saw that they were remastering it, I'm like, okay, they're gonna change the translation and they're gonna nerf Kyle's dialogue. They have to, but they didn't, and I'm glad they didn't. Lunar 2 is definitely darker. Absolutely. Much darker story. Uh, it is more about the story than it is about the characters. That the thing is that with Lunar 2, it's almost like doing they did the exact opposite of what they did with Lunar, where you're playing it and it's you expect it to be lighthearted and upbeat and all that, and then you get to parts of the game that are really dark. Not that way at all. Where in the original game they might have made it more lighthearted, and 2 is like I said, he's not wrong. It does get darker. I don't want to step on those cracks. Exactly. Great storytelling. And the development of the characters as well. It's not like I said they don't have relationships with each other, because they don't, except for maybe one or two. But uh, for the most part, it's everyone has their own arc of development where they start where they have something that's really hurting them and makes them who they are, and they overcome those obstacles. You didn't see them remove anything. Okay. It's been a bit since I played the PlayStation one, so I didn't want to speak out of school on that and say, oh, but I had heard someone say that they changed some stuff, and I'm sure they did, but this is based off the Working Designs localization. There's no doubt about that. Of course, when we get to Lunar 2, we have to wait and see if we get to the part where the Bill Clinton joke is, if they took the Bill Clinton joke out. And I'm not kidding about that. In the original Lunar 2 Eternal Blue, there was a part in the game where one of the characters makes a joke about Bill Clinton. Good. I get tired of them nerfing stuff anyway. Like, people can't handle dialogue. Shut up. This is where we have to fix the song. Okay, we almost got it. All right, we got it. We fixed their song. Nothing there. I knew there would be that. Just kind of curious, because sometimes they would include things. Blind is the best way to go into a game, quite honestly. That's why I don't play a lot of demos or anything like that. I try not to pay attention to so much of the news as to characters, because I got burned a long time ago by PSM magazine that spoiled the end of Final Fantasy VII Rebirth in the original Final Fantasy. They spoiled that and didn't even bother putting a spoiler warning on anything. It was just like, here it is. And you're like, holy crap. Thanks for being here, Rick T. I appreciate it. If you didn't see the Bill Clinton joke, okay, I know it was in the original cut on the Sega CD. I don't remember it being in the localization of Eternal, the second one, but I have to look. Me too. This looks like a fine place to croon. Remember that two lovers have to think of each other as they're singing. Come on, Kyle, let's sing. I don't know if I'm up for this, Jess. My throat's feeling kind of raw from my battle cries. They're too thin-skinned today. That is correct. Shut up and get over here. Oh, Kyle was terrible. Kyle's the MVP there. That was horrible. What was that, Kyle? Did you suddenly forget that you're supposed to be singing, not gargling? That was not your best effort. Hey, what do you mean? You're the one who couldn't harmonize if your life depended on it. Harmony? You call your grunts and moans harmony? More like excruciating pain.
I don't think this is working, Alex. Not at all.
All right, your turn. So Mia, why don't we try singing together? Really, Nash? Well, all right, but my singing voice is not very good. Dang it. I don't think so, Tim. Nash, why are you so nervous? I thought you had your feelings for me were pretty what? I gotta do this right. That's a wrong voice. Nash, why are you so nervous? I thought your feelings for Mia were pretty obvious. I'm so sorry, Nash. I told you my voice was horrible. Pardon me. Oh no, Mia, it's my fault. I'm just too nervous to sing. Nash is going through some stuff mentally. What are we going to do now, Alex? We're never going to see the shrine with singing like this. If Luna were here to sing with you, Alex, the shrine would surely appear. But... Alex, I have an idea. Why don't you play your ocarina? I know Luna will hear it and feel it. Luna. I know, let's all sing with Luna. Zenobia doesn't like it. You insolent little... Vile Tribe Girls. Magic Emperor's like, yeah, keep going, buddy. Please, Alex, don't play anymore. It reminds me of Luna too much.
Alex, look! Something's happening!
There's the Blue Dragon Shrine.
You did it, Alex. Luna heard your song. I knew she would.
I heard her singing, Noel, and I felt her. Well, that's... yeah. What are you, a Jedi, or... It must be wonderful to be so deeply in love as Alex and Luna. I only wish a certain handsome barbarian would realize I feel the same way about him. Hey, Jess. Care to join the rest of us, or are you going to stay here to work on your singing? Another word out of you, and I'll be using your face to work on my left jab. You see, she's girl boss, and she's still a girl, though. That's the thing. Okay, this is going to be a cave based off of water. Has anyone seen a staircase? I'm afraid I haven't. We also haven't found any doors, and I'm afraid I haven't sensed any magical barriers. Alex, all that's left is to check out this pool. Do you think there's magic in the water? There's only one way to know for certain, all. Now, the blue... I believe these blue slimes actually hit pretty hard, if I'm not mistaken. I definitely want to use fire on them. And it might hit more than once. I can't remember. Yeah, they hit more than once. See, how about that? I remembered. Old pal Enigma knows a couple of things, doesn't he? And they are ganging up on Alex. Look at that. It's almost like they know which side of the bread the butter is on here. Okay, got two of them down there. Nice, okay. Now they're after Kyle. Kyle! Kyle! $1,400 XP. Nice. Keep getting the XP. Oh, she got Althena Litany down. Cover all HP. That'll probably be useful at some point, but not right now. Not right now. Don't forget when you see those, all that the experience points. If you need to grind a little bit, do it. You know, there's nothing wrong with it. Nice. Got to heal Kyle and Alex after this. They're going to need it. But I don't like doing it during a fight, though, because Jessica is powerful. Very powerful. Alright, we did that. Let's get a little bit of healing going on here. Kyle's got 2 hit points left. Well, those are 4 points each. It's 10 to do a full heal, so it actually is worth it to do it that way. Oh, that's a water elemental. Or what does it say? Aqua Genie. My mistake. Okay, I already don't like how this is going. Let's see what happens here. Ah, I was afraid of that. Okay. Once again, Kyle and Alex. Alright, I don't like what we're going to have to do here, but we're going to have to do it.
Blessing of Althena.
Come on, get him down. Got it! Nice. Very nice. Ooh. Well, that was a critical hit. Hits more than once. There we go. If we lose Kyle, we lose Kyle. Like I said, he's serving his purpose as a meat shield, so. Might not make it, though. That might do it. It did. Good. Keep getting all that XP up. Again. Okay. Oh, they both have that swords out. Okay. Okay. I don't like that aqua beam thing that they do. Especially when they hit the same character twice. Same characters twice with it. Neither of them have their swords out this time. Good, good, good. I don't think Jessica's getting poisoned. Oh, well, she died there because she's got that fresh ring on that prevents certain status effects. So I think poison was one of the ones that is nullified. Good, good, good. And I'll come into the rescue. He does that randomly, by the way. That's not something you can predict or expect to happen. He just kind of appears and does that. Oh, they were hard. Okay. Anything up there? No. So there's lots of places we're going to be able to hop into the water. If I'm not mistaken, there is some of these that come alive, and we have to fight what's on the inside. See what I mean, though, is that they hit a lot harder down here. Every dragon cave is, well, the next dragon cave is different. Quite different. The Black Dragon Shrine Tower, whatever the hell it is, I don't remember what they call it, is difficult. And it's difficult for more reasons than I can say right now. I don't want to spoil it. Let's just say it's different. That's a water elemental. Come on, get two of them down. Nice. All right. Looks like they hit twice. I'll take it. But you see, that's empty now. So we want to go through all of them and see what's there, you know? Ooh, a lot more of them here. I wonder if it would be better in this case to use this. It was better to use that. Should take that one down, yep. That should take down two of them. Now silence. Let's see what we get here. Down. Yep. I don't think that did him in. No. We should be able to take them both down here. There goes one. And two. Okay. Just because I'm curious. That's what I thought. Good. Good. These water elementals aren't that bad, though, compared to the slimes or the dudes with the swords. Those dudes with the swords are assholes, so I'm okay with these water elementals. Which means there's one left. And I don't mind cleaning those out, because again, it's experience points. So this has to be the right way. This one right here is going to be the right way. Oh, another sword. 3 sword guys. One in the back is going to be a shithead. Actually, that's better. One of them down. Did I miss Kyle getting a 3rd attack? I bet you I did. Believe me, I'm all over it if he's got a 3rd attack. That makes him much more potent. Let's get that son of a bitch down before he does his sword thing. Okay, good. Yeah, come on, Jess, get up. Okay, he has his sword out, so let's take him down. Should be it. We should be able to take them both, the slime and the guy, out. Yep. Kyle got his 3rd attack. Alright, that's even better. Did not even realize he got his 3rd attack. I don't know if we're going to have the chutzpah to take him down before he gets his thing off. Maybe. Got him, just barely. For those who have been curious about my dog, he is about 100% now. He's back to where he was for the most part. Very, very happy about that. Because I was worried. You know, for a couple of weeks there, he was... oh, Jessica is poisoned. Not moving well, and we were like, oh no, what's wrong? But he's feeling better now. Got his legs are okay, he's jumping around again, he's playing, so that's a good thing. Hopefully this will be the last round. Okay, this will be the last round. Jessica's dead. It's okay. Yep, got it. Everybody's gonna get up. $1,000 experience points per shot, though. That's pretty good. Ba-da. Get him down, get him down. Okay. There's a new thing up there. Let's see what that is. Oh, it's one of those things. I don't know what he's got his stuff up for, but I am hopefully going to take him out before he does it. We'll see. Good. Down, 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 down. Yeah, Kyle's taking a brunt of the damage here. But that's what he's supposed to do. He's supposed to be a meat shield, so... I mean, what can you do? And these dungeons do test you. There we go. Nice. Of course, Kyle getting his third attack makes him so much more potent as well. Hey, I like it when that happens, because we're going to take him down and take no damage. Yep. So that's one I came up out of, which means this is the only other one to go. You okay, buddy?
Yeah, nose is nice. You're doing all right. He's a good boy.
Doing puppy-like things. Ooh, pardon me. There you go. Take that one down. Nice. Very nice. Kill them all anyway. No. You are going to take that. I want to keep damaging that, and because it doesn't look like he's too far back for me to really do anything to him outside of hit him with a far things. Good job, Kyle. Okay, now he's gonna do something that hurts. So he needs to be taken out of that. That's gonna hit everybody, I think. Thank God. Okay. Yeah, get Kyle back on his feet so he can actually do some damage. He hit the right one. Good. See, Kyle's not as dumb as we make him out to be. That'll probably do it. There we go. Hey, Alucard, how you doing, buddy? Definitely need some TLC for Alex. Definitely for Kyle. She's running light on MP, so this is going to be... Wow, there's a lot of... Okay, look at all those pools. We're going to have to go and see what's in them. If we go north, nothing. Okay, so we went the right way the first time. What do we got? That's what I wanted. Is it really? Did they announce that today? Doesn't surprise me if that's what the case is. On the remaking the first one. It's a remake of the first one. It's going to be on PS3 and Xbox. Gears was a Epic game series, and Epic made it, and now Microsoft bought it because they were like, no, we can't let this go, so they own it now. And I mean, needless to say here, we have a lot of herbs, so instead of... Let's use some herbs here, just one or two, just to get that up. Ah ha ha ha! Got it. So it's a remake of the first Gears coming to PS3 and Xbox 360. But Gears was a huge game for Microsoft. I can tell you that as far as marketing and releases go, yeah, it's because it looks like they're becoming a more and more a third party. The Xbox 360 had a perfect launch window. Like, everything about they did with the Xbox 360 was stunningly perfect. The first year it was out, their competition was still a year away. They had 20 plus games, so they brought things out, but they didn't have to show off any of their big guns. Next year, their PlayStation 3 is out. It comes out, and Microsoft hits with Gears of War, which looked better than any other game on any other console at that time. And then the year after that, when PlayStation 3s and Xbox 360s were readily available, they bring out Halo. So I mean, the first several years, couple years that the Xbox 360 was out, it was what they did was chef's kiss. It was so good as far as having game releases and all that good stuff. They just did everything right. I don't think it's as big of an IP for them anymore, because I don't think that after it was sold, Microsoft basically did the same thing that they do with everything. They've done with everything else. They've kind of run it into the ground, and you know, I'm not saying at all that I think that what they've done is stupid, but Halo is their flagship. But even Halo has not been treated well. Okay, none of them are going to do this sword thingy. Oop, but I'm going to go ahead and hit them anyway. Nope, you're going to go up here. You're going to go up here. Bungie didn't want to become Halo monkeys. That was their problem, is that they were... Every time they bring out a Halo, Microsoft said, okay, well, get to work on the next one. And I mean, that's really what happened to them, is that they didn't want to be Halo monkeys. They were tired of doing Halo, so when push came to shove, they left. They were like, we're done. And they bought back their independence, but they had to... and they did Destiny. But they had to give up Halo. So Halo is now the property of Microsoft, even though Bungie created it. And one of the caveats in order for Bungie to have back their independence was foregoing all rights to Halo. And now Bungie is the property of Sony, but Sony is not, from what I have heard, they are not predicating that Bungie do anything that they don't want to do. So it's not the Halo monkey kind of thing that they were forced to do under Microsoft. There goes Nash, he's done. Null's like, get your ass up, Null. Or, Nash. Don't be a dork. Gotta take that sucker down. Good. Okay, good. That worked out. But once again, here we are. These are our endurance tests, that's for damn sure. I told you this wasn't going to be easy. That the dragon caves get very difficult. Well, Destiny's not making them any money anymore. Destiny is a live service game, and the thing about live service games are, yes, there's always that possibility you could have the next big, the next Fortnite or the next, big thing, but in reality, it's not. Most of them fail. It's just any other game is the same way. 20 years ago, everybody and their grandmother was trying to get into the massively multiplayer online RPG space. everybody was. Well, more like 25 years ago. And there were so many that were coming out that it was impossible to keep track of them all. And again, most of them failed. Most of them absolutely failed because there was just, well, World of Warcraft came out and kind of blew the doors off of everybody. But it just wasn't as... Shit. Oh, no. Okay, I'm going to burn a sword dance on him just because I don't want him... Jessica's already sucking air for... magic, so... It's still huge. Oh, please kill it. Good. Yeah, EverQuest was the game, and then WoW came out and improved everything EverQuest did. And now it's WoW. WoW and Final Fantasy XIV are really the only players in that game space right now. Oh, no. Okay, we don't have to worry about that anymore. Let's just do our stuff here. There we are. I never liked EverQuest, though. That's the funny thing. Never was my thing. Jessica passed out. Not surprising. Poison is real. We are getting nice premium XP from this. Okay. No. Still going to abuse these healing herbs just because they're not really worth a whole lot now to us. We have a whole bunch of them and they're kind of worthless. 10,000 silver. Okay. We're going to be able to retire. Kill that thing. Okay, so these guys are not doing their swords. So we'll get our 3 over there. Yeah, I remember Warlords of Draenor. I did that one. Oh, shit. Okay, we're going to get nailed with one of those. They both have their swords out, so one of them is definitely going to hit us, because we're only going to have enough chutzpah to take one of them down before they hit it. WoW is still the biggest one, by the way. It's still massively huge. Okay, well. I liked Baldur's Gate Dark Alliance, and that was really good. And Dark Alliance 2. Nice. I knew we were going to take one shot pretty hard, and we did. Alex levels up again. I don't think the developer of those games is around anymore, though. Because they did a couple of them like that. I think they did that, and I think they did Fallout Brotherhood of Steel. Am I wrong about that one? Nope, that's the one I came out of. Yep. Da, 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 da. Get in there. Down. Good. Didn't get both of them, two of them down this time. They did remaster Oblivion. I've heard mixed things about it. We should get them both down here. And once again, we're hurting. This is definitely an endurance test. Okay. It's the only way to go, so. Hello. Yeah, I heard that they had changed certain things, and not everybody was happy with the remaster. Once again, less talented developers taking something that was there before and putting their own spin on it to make it worse. Random crashes. Well, honestly, I would say that wouldn't happen on console, but I know that's a big lie now. It used to be console games tended to run a little more sturdy than PC games did, because I'm sure Steel Leg is playing it on PC. But anytime you have, and I'm all for the remasters, I am, but I don't like people putting modern day stuff into their fantasy games, you know? Levels up for everybody. Here's a doggy. And crap! There he goes again. Into his bag of tricks. I hate wasting that magic on him, but I don't want him killing us. Right, Whisk?
Yeah, he'll totally kill us.
If they're giving it a spit shine, that's the kind of remaster it should be. Going back in and fundamentally changing all the things about the game. No, it's not. So now we are gotta take down 5 blue slimes. Yeah, Lunar is a good example of a remaster, and so far they have not done anything too egregious to it to make me roast it for anything. This should do it, hopefully. All of a sudden, Kyle's faster than Alex. Take all the levels up. People, yeah, I mean, it's not that big of a deal. Are there things about it that aren't as good as the original? Absolutely. Is it bad? Is that bad enough to where I would think no one's going to play the game? No, not at all. Especially since you can change the Japanese dialogue or whatever else. Ruby Tiara. That's got to be for Jessica, right? Yeah, it's not for her. All right. Don't spin. Damn it. Well, at least he's closer now, so we shouldn't have to waste magic in getting rid of him. Hopefully. It's worth it. Yep. Mission accomplished. We got him before he spun into us. You know as well as I do, Alucard, it's the one thing that something doesn't do is what people are going to bitch the most about, you know? It's like, oh, we're finally get to play Lunar, this is so good. Oh, but the voice acting. Then change it over to Japanese. It's going to be better in Japan anyway. In Japanese anyway, that's the truth. Or you'll hear people, oh, if only it moved at 60 frames per second or something like that, you know. It's just bananas. Okay. I think I have one more healing herb. I do. Just how people are. It's that one thing. That one thing. I mean, if you want to get technical about it, I don't like how the game has blurs at the top and the bottom of the screen when you're walking around. I know why they did it, but I don't like it. But it's not enough to make me go, oh, I'm just going to ruin the whole experience for me. As far as remasters go, this one probably has the least amount of bells and whistles to it that I've ever played. There's not a whole lot of quality of life things. I can't really tell much of a difference between 30 frames and 60 frames. I mean, on my TV, I played Halo Infinite in 120 frames per second, and is it more fluid? Yeah, but it's not. It doesn't ruin the game for me to not be able to play it that way. Look at all the pools. Fortunately, there's other things around here we need to look at. And there's one of them. There's a treasure chest right there. Yep, kill it. Anything? Yeah, here we go. At least we'll get one of them. Actually, he's not weak to that, so... Nope. There. We'll get one of them. And we'll get one of those. Cool. All right. Ow. Gotta take that one down because he's got the sword out, which means he's gonna do that ass kicking move. So he's gotta go down first. Nice. Good, good, good. Yeah, they're going to kill Kyle. There he goes. And Nash is going to go down too. I wonder if Null's going to get one of them up. Let's see what happens here. He's got his sword out, so he's going to use it. But I'm trying to, basically just trying to make sure we don't get too hammered here. Hopefully she'll kill it with this. No. So who's he gonna hit? Jess. Far enough over now. We got him. Okay. Just out of curiosity. I got a lot of healing nuts too, so we'll use some of those. Another angel ring. Okay, only one's got their sword out, and it's him. I just... People find the dumbest things to gripe about these days, so I really don't pay much attention to a lot of the things like that, the tech things. Unless it's something that breaks the game. You know, if there's... back when I played Assassin's Creed Valhalla, I played it on the Xbox Series X. And there was a bug in that game at a certain part that the monster you were supposed to fight, the thing you were supposed to fight... Ooh... didn't show up. It just didn't show up. So that was a big problem, and since it didn't show up, I couldn't beat the game. I couldn't do it. And then it was like a month later, they finally, and then we're talking about Ubisoft here, they finally patched it. So when they patched it, it was better, and they made it through. They fixed it, but it was still a pretty shitty bug that they should not. It should not have been there, but it was there. That's a lot of nuts. Yeah, everybody doesn't have it as a monitor or TV that can run at 120 frames per second. So I'm going to call anyone who wants that is great, but do you have the hardware that can run it? I got an 8K TV. It runs at 120 frames per second. But not everybody has an 8K TV, so... Look at all the experience. Okay, that's good. Got that. I'm gonna keep going. There's something. I don't think we can get up there, can we? No. But let's take him out. No swords out. Good. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, is that in order for it to be 120 frames per second, it's not like you just go on Amazon and pick up a $100 monitor or walk into Walmart and get a, $200 or $300 TV and expect it to run at 120 frames per second. It doesn't. So people bitching about things like that really need to understand where they are and what they've got, 8K TVs are not cheap. So you're looking for 120 frames per second, that's great. Doesn't mean you're going to have the hardware that can run it. Oh, yeah, they do. I love my TV. It's gorgeous. Nice. Got both of them down. Yeah. I got real lucky. A couple years ago, I had a TV, of 4K television. And it went out on me, which is why I'll never buy a premium brand again, because the one I bought was a premium brand. It practically freaking melted on me. So let's use a couple of starlights on Jess here. And it was during Christmas. Well, Christmas time's a perfect time to get TVs because of sales for Christmas and all that. That was stupid. So I was looking at at getting an 8K TV. I was like, if I'm going to get a TV, I'm going to get an 8K TV. And I just happened to be on Samsung's website, and they had a flash sale on their 8K TVs where they were 50% off. So I got a 85-inch 8K TV for half of what they would usually have sold it for. So I was like, hell yeah. And my girlfriend was like, isn't it too big? I was like, no, it's not too big. It's too perfect. And now she's like, oh, I love this TV. You're right, it's not too big. Yeah, that's if I would have bought my old TV was Sony. I had a Sony Bravia. And Sony, if you're looking to buy something with Sony's name on it, more times than not, it's in the electronics department, not talking about PlayStations or whatnot, you can expect to spend a couple $100 more on it just for the fact that it says Sony on the TV. That's true. Never has if TV's too big. This is the best TV they have that didn't cost $20,000 because they had like a 120-inch 8K TV, but it was like 20 grand, and I was like, I don't have that kind of money. Win a lottery, maybe. But this is a damn nice TV. I love watching things on it. Love playing games on it. Yeah, it was insane how much that TV was, that big TV. And I was like, oh, 120 inches. That's, ooh. And then I looked at the price. I was like, yeah. I could buy a car for that much. Yeah, well, that's the way a lot of companies look at it these days. Of course, when I worked in retail the last time, I learned about something called share of wallet, and it's basically when you're in entertainment, you have to look at how much everything else is around what you're doing, because if it comes down to someone eating or someone buying a game, they're gonna eat. So you have to look at how much of share of wallet, percentage wise, that a consumer is placing upon entertainment as opposed to necessities, rent, electricity, gasoline, food, things like that. Yeah, that's 20 grand's a car. That's a lot of cheddar for a TV. But that's how a lot of businesses used to. I don't know if they still do it that way. In entertainment, where they have to look at, okay, if the average American makes, $50K a year, right? And you dedicate how much percentage to this, to how much of a percentage to that. how much they have left over for entertainment, and that's how you're supposed to base how they're supposed to base their pricing structure on entertainment. But I don't think they do that anymore because, especially in gaming, because gaming has gotten so insane with their pricing that I don't think they even look at share of wallet anymore. Because if they did, they would not even be breathing about $100 games. They'd be like, "Yeah, we need to just wait." Because what they're doing is they're pricing themselves out of, the market. Especially when you look at entertainment. Yes, gaming is a huge entertainment. Yeah, it is getting worse now, a lot worse. Gaming is still a form of entertainment, but at the same time, there's such cheaper methods now to entertain yourself for a couple of hours a day that your general consumer will go and do that. They'll buy a book, they'll rent a movie on Amazon Prime or something like that. But as far as purchasing a game for $100, people are going to be a lot more skeptical about which games they buy. And that's a fact. The higher something costs, the more people put the more people study what they're going to buy. If you're going to spend $100 on a game, you're not just going to go out and go, "Oh, I like the way this game looks." It's just not how it is. They're going to do their due diligence. They're going to research. They're going to look for honest reviews. You know what I mean? That kind of stuff. It's not going to be this. I'm going to go buy a whole bunch of. I'm going to go buy a game. Nope. The higher you get, the more you invest, the more people pay attention to what it is they're buying. Pardon me. That's one of those things I tried to get through to the noggin of GameStop when I worked for them, because they didn't understand when they boosted up the price of their Game Informer card. It's like, you guys don't understand. This is not the way. This is, you can slip something $10 into people. $15 is actually an investment they're going to want to hear about. It's not something where it's, and the more expensive you make something, the more people pay attention to what it is they're buying. If I'm paying attention, and I believe I am, this one is going to be a dummy. Yep. See, we all do it to a point, but when you buy a crappy game for $40, do you really go, "Oh my god, I feel so ripped off," or just go, "Well, at least it was only $40. Now, if you do it for, $60, $70, it stings more. If you're doing it for $100, you're not going to see a lot of these games floating across. You know what I mean? You're not going to see a lot of these people taking chances on new games. Is my point. Well, it's that in magazines. But yeah, exactly. That is right. That's why when you go like to a grocery store and they have that impulse section up front with the candy bars and the bubble gum. Game Pro Nintendo Power. I liked EGM. EGM was my favorite magazine. That's Electronic Gaming Monthly for those who don't know. And you're right, they were hit or miss because some of them were bought and paid for, which is still going on today. As we have discussed, that a lot of video game journalism is what the companies want you to hear about the game, and not necessarily what is actually true about the games. Yeah, I like DGM. Holy crap! I didn't realize it's afternoon. I need to go to lunch. Here I am having fun. Let's finish this battle and then we'll break for lunch. Because since I'm going to be here this evening too, I want to make sure I get fed. All right, guys. So let me give me about an hour to break for lunch, so I can get some food in me and all that good stuff for set. And I'll be back in about an hour to pick up right here in the Blue Dragon Cave. If you have not done so yet, please like and subscribe to me here on YouTube. Comment, let people know that I'm here. Follow me on Twitch and Twitter. Check out my Fourth Wall store. I do have some new products I made this weekend. Hope you guys will check those out, and I'll be back in I'll be back in an hour, guys. So hang tight, don't go far.